What happens to our hormones, male or female, as we get older, and what happens because of the change?
Okay. Well, you men have a lot easier time of it than we do. So
Good.
for us, it's a lot more sudden and dramatic.
Hmm.
But as women age, the ovaries finally, even though they're getting the message from the brain to keep ovulating, the eggs in the ovaries don't rupture, they don't ovulate. And when they don't ovulate, they don't put out the progesterone that is one of the necessary hormones for us. And the estradiol and estrone that the woman's body's been used to, those levels go down also. So you have those three levels of hormones going down. And as they go down, women start experiencing symptoms. Because I was so amazed as I was doing the research for that first book that covers the effect of what happens when the ovaries are removed and then how we need to bring back hormone replacement. I was so amazed being basically a biochemist in my training, is that these hormones have receptors in every cell in every system of the body. So there's receptors for all three ovarian hormones all over the body in every system, in our muscles, in our bones, and digestive tract. Even how we digest glucose is impacted by all three of those hormones. So we wouldn't have receptors there if those hormones weren't necessary for all of those tissues and systems to maintain their health. So what you see with women as they go through the natural menopause is they start a deterioration of all those systems in their body. And it's really been a crime that we've been told that hormones are bad for you and they cause cancer and don't have them. Well, the Women's Health Initiative did not use human hormones. They did not use what the body needs. They used Premarin, which is horse urine, which is horse estrogens. I mean, we make human estrogens. It makes perfect sense that horses make horse estrogens.
Sure.
And then they used Provera, which is a synthetic alternative to our natural progesterone. And I have diagrams in that book that show that the Provera, it's structural. The body cannot take off the molecular, the changes that they did to make it a little different. So the body can't use it the same. It doesn't fit.
It's not as recognizable.
You're right. It doesn't fit in the receptor the same. In fact, it actually sits in the receptor and blocks our natural progesterone. And our natural progesterone is very anti-cancer. So it's actually blocking the ability of our natural anti-cancer to prevent the cancer. And it cannot help us with heart disease. And the other problem with the oral hormones in those studies is they go through the mouth, they go through the digestive tract. The liver is not prepared to accept them that way. Our natural way is the hormones go straight into the bloodstream, not through the liver. So the liver recognizes it and says, oops, this is something that's not supposed to be here. So it transforms it into something to get it out of the body, but it also increases a component of the blood clotting system. So we not only don't get help for heart disease because it's not human, we get an increase in blood clots. And that's exactly what they saw in the Women's Health Initiative, which is why they stopped it at 2 years instead of, I think they were initially going to go 10. So it's created fear throughout the world. Women have contacted me from all over the world because of my first book. And all the countries have bought into this notion that hormone therapy is harmful, when indeed, if they had used human hormones through the skin, straight into the blood, rather than through the digestive tract, they would have had very different results. And we really need to get back to that. They're called bioidentical hormones because they're actually identical to what the human body has made and what the human body needs to process in order to stay healthy, because they impact every system. And so depending on the genetic inheritance of a particular woman, the weakness in whatever organ, that's what starts appearing at menopause for women.